You again. Your curiosity is truly unquenchable.
Forgive our intrusion, Dunkus. But I really want to attend Yewan's ritual. I have learned a lot thanks to you, but I still have so much left to understand.
If you were one of ours, Afra, I would be flattered to have such an inquisitive and resolute apprentice. You can attend the ritual, but promise me that you will be discreet. No Renaigse ever had this honor before.
We will do everything in our power to prove ourselves worthy of your trust, Dunkus. How are you? You must be feeling impatient.
Impatient, yes, and a little bit afraid as well.
It's only natural to be afraid, Yerwan. It's a new life starting for you. But I will be by your side, now and forever.
Times really must have changed for some Renaigse to attend our rituals.
These are very different from the others. Their leader is an Onol Menawi after all.
I know I look like them, but I'm not one of them.
You may not be bonded, but your parents must have been.
You should be proud and happy about it. It is probably thanks to your bond that Dunkas has accepted your presence.
You look preoccupied.
Our people have suffered many lions attacks, often during rituals. In some villages, all the young Sinal Manawi were abducted. You seem different from the other Zafra, but I can't help worrying.
I have nothing to do with these attacks, Dunkus, I swear.
I believe you. Otherwise, you would not be here with us. But I hope that your brothers will not be there in the shadows, ready to pounce on our children.
Aruich Nestiri, Adesta Marar Mam.
Meneda, You are an Onol Manawi now, Yawan. And soon you will heal the earth by our sides. Like a real Donegard.
Thank you, Dunkas. I feel so proud.
I am so happy that we can be Voglendaiga together at last.
What about you, Afra? Did you find the answers you were looking for?
It's strange. I didn't exactly understand what happened, but I am moved.
Some events must be understood with the heart, not the head.
It seems like you are right, Dunkus.
We are under attack.
Grab the young metamorph!
The lions want to take our children.
They won't touch you.
You can count on me.
Come on!
Let's shake your
You look preoccupied.
It's used or but you are an anomalous.
Dank.
It's...
Grab the young metamorph. The other.
Here, Tonsida. The lawyers want to take our children.
They won't touch you. Sarah, we have to protect them.
You can count on me. You look
It's used or but you are.
Dank.
It's...
Grab the young metamorph. The others don't matter.
Here, Tonsida. The lawyers want to take our children.
They won't touch you. Desardo, we have to protect them.
You can count on me.
Let's see what you can.
I'm wounded. I need healing. Be careful. You're growing tired. Heal yourself quickly.
It's used or but you are.
Dank.
It's...
Grab the young metamorph.
The lawyers want to take your children.
They won't touch you. Desardo, we have to protect them.
You can count on me.
Come on. Let's see what you're capable of.
Your curiosity, Afra, has saved lives. If it weren't for you, people from my village would have been abducted or killed. I am infinitely grateful, especially considering that fighting against your brothers could not have been easy.
Indeed. These people were brutes. They had it coming. However, you don't know how right you are, Duncas. I recognize some of these men.
Really? Did they belong to the governor's court?
No. They worked for my former master, Dr. Asili. I was his student for a long time before I realized that this man's methods were questionable. He was so obsessed with his goals that he became cruel. But I can't believe he'd go as far as abducting people for his experiments.
You think that the Onol Manawi are used for experiments?
Now that I have seen these soldiers, I am certain of it. And I am afraid they may suffer atrocious treatment under the guise of scientific progress. I am so ashamed.
Come now, shame serves no purpose. And you are proof that the Loyans are not all the same.
Thank you, Duncas. And thank you, Desade. You opened my eyes. Desade, I'm happy to see you. Can I do anything for you?
Do you think that attending this ceremony has changed your world vision?
Yes, obviously. Before it, I was so focused on my own knowledge. This ritual made me understand the power of sharing, of emotions, and of the bonds between people. This new vision gives me new perspectives. A whole new life is ahead of me.
I hope I'll be lucky enough to be by your side.
We share amazing memories now. A bond has been created between us, too. And I can't imagine this new life without you by my side. Anything else?
I must leave you.
Karans, do you need something?
I must leave you. See you later.
Desade, I'm happy to see you. Can I do anything for you?
I must leave you.
Desade, I'm happy to see you. Can I do anything for you?
I must leave you. Captain Reuben?
Aye, the man himself. To whom do I have the honor of speaking?
Desade, legate of the merchant congregation.
What brings you here?
The Admiral asked me to shed light on your little problem of indiscretion in your ranks.
I see. I would be happy to answer any questions you have.
You told the Admiral that you suspect one of your crew members.
Indeed. The young apprentice sailor, Alba. A committed volunteer from Tuleme. She only joined us a short time ago. Did you want to know anything else?
The Admiral told me that you were the new captain of the ship we arrived on.
The Seahorse? Yes. It's an excellent ship and a good crew. But you did the crossing. You know it as well as me. Did you want to know anything else?
What led you to these suspicions?
Well, the girl's behavior. She was very eager at first, very willing, almost too much. Then, suddenly, she became nervous. She isolated herself, and did not speak to others. She's a recent recruit, which inevitably raised some doubts about her vocation. Sometimes I saw her hanging around my cabin. My papers were often disturbed. And since we've returned to port, she's almost never on board. Well, you can understand my concern. But you should probably talk to the other members of the crew. They may know something else. Did you want to know anything else?
That'll be all, Captain. Thank you.
Hey, happy to see you again. How have things been going for you since your crossing?
Good, thank you. Even if I've got quite a list of errands to check off.
Then straight to it. What can I do for you?
I'm looking for a Naut. A young woman going by the name of Alba.
I know her. She joined our crew at the same time as our new captain. Did you try the tavern? Don't give me that look there. I've kept from the bottle since that story with Jonas, you know that. No matter. When we're at dock, there's nothing much else to do. It might be that little Alba went there to take a look. Anything else?
I need to go. Farewell.
Smooth sailing.
Your Excellency, it's a pleasure. What can I do for you?
Can you tell me anything about Alba?
Well, I don't know her very well. She only joined our crew recently. But she pulls her weight. You can't hold that against her. You might say she shows a little too much zeal even, at times. That being said, ever since we got here, I found her a little distraught. You could even say nervous.
Would you know where I could find her?
No, I wouldn't. Where's she missed roll call? Well, I hope she didn't do something stupid. These committed volunteers, we never know if we can trust them. Anything else?
I need to be off. Perhaps we'll meet later.
Farewell, then.
Your Excellency, I am so pleased to see you again.
The pleasure is shared.
What can I do for you?
I would like you to tell me anything you can about a member of your crew. Alba.
She joined our party recently, but I like her already. She works hard and is full of courage. You know, she is one of those rare Nauts that joined of her own volition, and she did everything she could to become one of our own. Until we arrived here, she suddenly became distraught and frightened. It brought back memories.
Do you know where I could find her? I'd like to ask her some questions.
No, I've not seen her for a while. Maybe at the tavern? She was playing cards there from time to time. Anything else, Your Excellency?
I'm afraid I need to be going. Watch out for yourself.
None of this helps us. They all told us pretty much the same thing. She changed her behavior when she arrived here. Perhaps this is a sign, or perhaps not.
We were told that she was sometimes at the tavern. We should take a look there.
This time,
You are going too far. I will not let you say one more word.
That's it. You can shout all you want, but I'm right, you old drunkard.
Not at all. I played that hand honestly. You're so drunk. You see double, that's all.
Are you kidding me? I saw that second king. Not only...
Come on, gentlemen. Please calm down.
Who are you to give us orders?
That's true. You want to see how tough... Oh, you don't know who you're messing with.
I'd prefer not to get involved in drunken quarrels. No good tends to come from it.
You're right. It's a waste of time.
What can I pour for you?
I'm looking for a young Naut. She goes by the name of Alba and sails on Captain Reuben's ship.
I wouldn't know who that is. Why don't you go and ask that fellow over there? He often shares a bottle with the sailors. He might remember your Naut. Anything else?
Nothing, thanks. I'm not thirsty just yet.
Hey, look at that! The upper crust coming to slum it at the tavern. How may I help you?
We're looking for a young Naut. She's part of Captain Reuben's crew.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. A girl who loses her pay with style. But I don't know where she is. She looked sad last time I saw her. Didn't have her head in the game.
Have you ever heard her talk about secrets or documents she would like to exchange?
Are you asking me if she's a spy? No idea, she told me nothing. But if that's why you're looking for her, I may have seen things that might interest you. I'm often mistaken for a drunkard, so they pay no attention to me. But I see everything.
Tell me what you saw.
I'd like to tell you all that, but... my throat's a little dry, my friend.
This should quench your thirst. So, what did you see?
Well, returning late at night, I spotted a guy I'd seen before at the tavern. He often spent time with the Nauts, and he was in the street, fiddling with a stone, looking suspicious. So, I took a closer look when he left. I thought he'd stashed money or something, but no. There was a box under the stone, but there was no gold inside, just papers. They were messages, and from the look of the guy, they couldn't be love letters. Now, I don't know how to read, so I couldn't understand what it was about, but maybe those were your secrets?
Where is this hiding place?
Cross the bridge at the exit of the town. On the left, look for the stone. The box is underneath.
Thank you, soldier.
My pleasure, friend. Do you want to know anything else?
That'll be all, soldier. Thank you. This stone must be the one the soldier told us about. Look, it hides a box.
It's a dead drop.
Well then, we'll have to catch whoever uses it red-handed.
These bushes will shield us from prying eyes. We can wait for your spies there. We can see without being seen here.
Well, what shall we do? Shall we wait here? Them again. These idiots will ruin everything.
Not at all! I played that hand honestly!
What are you doing here, gentlemen?
Am I dreaming? Or are those the same guys from before?
No, you're right. It's those guys who came to pick a fight at the tavern.
Could you go fight somewhere else?
Why would we do that? The road is for everyone.
It's true! We fight where we want!
Listen, a patrol is coming. You better run. They're not fond of rowdy drunkards.
He really takes us for idiots. We should teach him a lesson.
Fools. We should return to our vantage point quickly.
I hope there will be no more drunk men now.
Well, what shall we do? Shall we wait here? Someone is coming.
This man looks like a messenger. We should follow him and find out who gives him his orders.
Well, gentlemen, what are you plotting?
Fool! They followed us!
But I was careful!
I'm the legate of the merchant congregation, and you have been caught plotting treason. So I suggest you talk. What do these messages contain, and what are they about?
You're wasting your time. I won't say a word.
Do you realize that you are suspected of espionage and conspiracy? Don't you think you better explain yourself?
Wait! I don't want to end up in jail. It's not about the secrets of the congregation. Let me explain. Some time ago, it was rumoured that the secrets of the Nauts were for sale. My country was interested. So I started exchanging messages as you've been doing. The Naut who was willing to give up these secrets demanded a fortune. He also wanted to become a citizen. But we were only at the negotiation stage. For the moment, I've received nothing concrete. Just promises.
Who is the Naught you're talking to?
Oh, I've no idea. The messages were signed White Rose, but I doubt it's a real name.
Very well. You seem to be telling the truth. And give me the message in your possession before leaving.
Very well. Here it is. Now, if you'll allow me, I will leave the town.
Are your boots warm?
Ah, Your Excellency. So, what did you discover?
There is indeed a spy among the Naughts, but the spy's identity remains to be proven. Take this. I have recovered this note, which seems to suggest that your secrets have been offered to several buyers. The Alliance citizen we met did not win the bid.
I knew it. My logbook has just been stolen, and of course Alba is missing. Do we really still need proof?
This book must be found at all costs before Alba sells it. Your Excellency, can we count on you once more?
I would like to help you, but this island is vast. How could I possibly hope to find it?
Alba is from Teleme. She probably took refuge in San Mateus.
This reduces the search area a little. What do you say, Your Excellency?
This is a trail that deserves to be followed. I will keep you updated, Admiral.
Desade, I'm happy to see you. Can I do anything for you?
I must leave you.
Come closer, good people.
Your Excellency, it is an honor.
Oh, there you are, Your Excellency. The Enlightened has heard my prayers.
What's going on? Where are the others?
After deciphering the content of the tablets, they went north to continue their research in some swamps. But they must have encountered problems. Brother Fidelis came back here, and he was in a dreadful state. He most likely came to seek help, but he fainted. It's impossible for us to know what happened to them.
I'm not a doctor, but I may be able to examine him.
Oh, please do. Any help would be appreciated. We've done our best, but our magic has proved inefficient. And the healer we sent for will certainly arrive too late from San Mateus.
This man is burning up with fever, and he bears several bite marks and traces of blows.
The flesh is black and blue around the bites. He was bitten by a venomous creature. What he needs is an antidote.
Have you tried giving him any anti-poison?
Of course, but to no avail. And what if it were a hex cast by the heretics?
No matter what happens, you always suspect them.
Why, of course. These savages are always to blame. The man was in the swamp. There are some rare animals there, and their venom is terrible. A healer from the area will know the antidote.
We could ask Lair. He will direct us to someone who understands remedies.
Onol Manawi, you've come back to see old Lair. I heard that you managed to retrieve the tablets.
Did Vindwal tell you?
Yes, and I feel more at peace, knowing that our brothers are alive, and that they will be able to join another clan. And you proved me right. Peace with the Renaigse is possible.
I need your advice. You may already know that one of the researchers came back wounded from the expedition.
I heard about it.
He has all the symptoms of a poisoning, but the anti-poisons we gave him had no effect. He must have been bitten by a creature of the swamp, and we're looking for a healer who would know of a suitable antidote.
So, you came to see me. Interesting. Our neighbors did not think for one moment that we could be helpful. Alas, our Donegat is one of the exiles. But Vindwal knows plants well. She will know.
Thank you. I will go see her. I hope she agrees to help us. I have to go.
Like so many others.
Here you are again. What do you want?
I have come to ask for your help. Lair told me you know about remedies.
I do know a few of them. I have learned about plants. I used to want to become a Donegad.
One of the researchers came back wounded from the expedition. Apparently he was bitten by a creature of the swamp.
And now he has the Llewellyn fever. We have a good knowledge about this affliction. He will die if he does not receive proper treatment.
Do you know which antidote should be given to him?
Yes. These priests are idiots. They could have asked for our help, but they treat us like children. You are different. And you have allowed my son to join a new clan. So, I will give you the potion to cure the priest. Wait a moment. Make him drink this remedy and he'll get better.
Thank you, Vindwal.
Where am I?
You are in Eden. You're safe.
Was I unconscious for a long time? The other members of the expedition, they are in danger. The swamp is so hostile. We weren't prepared for it. Some of our people have disappeared.
What caused these wounds?
A nightmarish creature. The swamp is full of them. A colleague and I had left to fetch some help when we were attacked. I managed to run away, but I don't know what happened to him. As for those who are at the camp, you must go help them.
Show me the location of your colleagues on the map. I will join them.
There. Please, hurry.
Thank you. You should rest now. I do not remember there being a path in this place the last time we came.
Look, this is a passage that was forced upon nature by men. The beasts must have become restless. They do not appreciate it when their living space is disturbed.
It looks like we're right on time. If we do not intervene, they are sure... Hey, what's happening here? I could hear you from miles away.
Your Excellency, I'm so happy to see you. You arrived right on time to settle this matter.
How did you manage to find us in the middle of this swamp?
Brother Fidelis managed to reach Eden. He's the one who told us where your camp was.
But he didn't leave alone. What happened to Father Orbricus, who was accompanying him?
He must be dead, like our other companions. This is all your fault. This is yet more proof that you are not fit to lead such a team. I should be the one in charge.
Maybe you should calm down and explain to me what's happening here.
This expedition was undertaken with no concern for common sense. We are not equipped to explore this type of place. Our people are disappearing, and all we have found are some falsified writings.
Brother Virgil is terrified, which probably explains why he is being so disingenuous. We have made incredible discoveries, and we could find more.
You are beyond redemption. I won't waste another second talking to you. If you want to talk to me, Your Excellency, it will have to be without her.
How charming.
Your Excellency, I hope you will forgive us for that scene. My relations with Virgil have always been difficult, but ever since we arrived here, it has been unbearable. I'm afraid we may need an arbiter.
Before anything else, I need to know what led to this situation between you.
What would you like to know?
For what reason were you quarreling?
The expedition itself, I'm afraid. Virgil was always against it, especially under my supervision. For him, our discoveries in Eden were sufficient. They confirmed what he wanted. The rest did not matter. According to him, we should never have continued. And when we found new tablets, it became even worse.
Were they also written by Saint Matthias?
Without a doubt. The handwriting is the same. There are also some patterns, some islander symbols. It's fascinating. But what really angers Virgil is the content we managed to decipher. Our founder explains that he learned a lot from the islanders. Something our brother cannot accept. He now persists in saying that these tablets are fake, forged by the natives themselves.
Brother Fidelis told me that several members of the expedition have disappeared.
Yes, that's why he left along with Father Orbricus to fetch some help. 3 more of our colleagues are missing, and I'm not even talking about the ones who fell ill. I must admit that I underestimated the hardships we would encounter. I made a mistake. I should have prepared this expedition more thoroughly. But Virgil's being disingenuous does not help.
And no one has searched for those who are missing.
I wanted us to search for them, but someone later convinced me that it presented too much of a risk. Along with lack of preparation, our constantly decreasing number, and creatures swarming the area.
And by someone, I suppose you mean Brother Virgil.
Indeed.
I'm thankful for these pieces of information, but you understand that I will also have to talk to Brother Virgil.
Of course, that's understandable. You must hear us both before you can make a decision.
Brother Virgil.
What do you want?
Can you explain to me what caused such a quarrel?
The reason for it is very simple. It is Eugenia's folly. This woman should never have been the supervisor of our team. The discoveries made in Eden were sufficient, but no. She didn't want to stop the research. She organized this expedition in a hurry, without taking elementary precautions, and now she's accepting as facts the delirious writings we discovered on these tablets, without doubting them for even 1 second.
What do you mean?
We found some new tablets, allegedly written by Saint Matthias, but their content is so absurd that they were obviously forged. I am certain that the natives must have found these stones before us and modified their content.
How would they have done that? The natives cannot write.
They must have been helped by an unscrupulous settler. How would I know?
Brother Fidelis told me that some of your colleagues went missing. Do you know anything about this?
They did not go missing. They were killed. It was the wild beasts, the diseases, and let's not forget the savages. We can feel their presence. roaming around the camp at night. I am certain that they are responsible for the death of our colleagues.
That's strange. There aren't many villages around here.
There aren't any. There are a few hermits, but they are not fighters. And they have better things to do than roam around their camp at night.
We have been in this region before, and the only native we met was a little insane but would have been incapable of killing several priests.
Those savages may very well have been following us since our departure. We will not be safe on this island until it is entirely converted.
I see. So, you haven't tried to find your colleagues?
So we can die as well? I am not as crazy as Sister Eugenia.
I cannot take sides in your quarrel for now. And, in any case, it is not what matters the most. Even if you think they are dead, we have to try finding your colleagues.
Well, if you are prepared to take such a risk, I can only commend you for your bravery and wish you luck. But I would not get my hopes up. You should start by searching the excavation site. To get there, take the path south of here. But be careful. The creatures that roam the area are ruthless.
This man's death was no accident, nor was it linked to any predator attack. It was caused by a violent strike to the back of the skull with a mace. And it didn't take place here. The marks surrounding the body show that it was moved, most likely to make it seem like he fell to his death.
Watch out! Grenade!
The body of this man was devoured by beasts, but it happened after he had died. One of the wounds is clearly a knife wound. But alas, it's impossible to know who was wielding it. The body of this man was devoured by beasts, but it happened after he had died. One of the wounds is clearly a knife wound. But alas, it's impossible to know who was wielding it. These fang marks are impressive. The poor man didn't have a chance. He must have been attacked by a large reptile. Most likely a Llewellyn.
Hold on. Do you see these iridescent marks on his skin? They look like the marks that the priest's spells leave on their victims. I've seen them many times before.
But what was he doing alone so far from camp? It seems obvious now that these disappearances were orchestrated.
The deaths of these people were a deception. Only the Renaigse are deceitful enough to do such a thing. They kill each other and accuse my people. This Virgil, he wants to push aside this woman at all cost. He must be the culprit.
Indeed. I think that we should go find this brother and ask for an explanation. Brother Virgil.
Your Excellency! Weren't you supposed to be looking for our colleagues?
Indeed. I regret to say that they are indeed all dead.
I knew it. What a waste. Eugenia and her recklessness are to blame for this.
I'm afraid someone else is responsible for this. These deaths are not accidental, and yet they were disguised as such.
The savages! Their thirst for blood is unquenchable. I knew we should never have come without an escort.
Watch your tongue, priest. Our people have no need to hide when they protect their land. Only the Renaigse are deceitful enough to disguise a death.
Who else could it be?
Someone who desperately wanted this expedition to fail. Does that remind you of anyone?
Fine. You unmasked me. But know that my cause is righteous. The Ordo Luminis sent me to keep an eye on this expedition, to ensure that the discoveries we made would not jeopardize our nation or our presence on this island. But the inscriptions on the tablets are a heresy, a dangerous manipulation. Can you imagine what would happen if it was said that our founder listened to the teachings of the natives? But even then, foolish Eugenia accepted these discoveries as truth, without any hesitation, without realizing that our entire nation could suffer because of it. So yes, I wanted to scare her.
I understand that you might want to protect your nation, but to go as far as assassinating several of your colleagues...
Come now. What would you do if someone were threatening the congregation? You cannot make me believe that you would not be willing to kill. You may have already done so. But since you want to avoid using violence, help me convince Eugenia to go back to Eden. My colleagues and I know how to sort through these discoveries. And you will be rewarded. of course.
This Renaigse tried to blame my people for these crimes. The priests would have wanted to punish them, and innocent people would have died. He must answer for his treachery.
It seems to me that all members of this expedition are concerned. They should decide on what to do next. Everybody listen. Alas, I must inform you that I have found the dead bodies of your missing colleagues.
How awful. What happened to them?
Someone wanted us to believe that they were killed by some swamp animals, but it was all staged. Your colleagues were murdered, and their bodies abandoned to the creatures.
What? But why do such a thing? And who murdered them?
Brother Virgil confessed to his crimes in front of me.
Monster! You will pay for these crimes. These people you killed were our brothers. Our friends.
You stupid goose. You really believe that I will let you pass judgment on me? You shouldn't have been so quick to accept these lies that could destroy our nation. And want to reveal them for all to hear. You are solely responsible for these deaths.
How dare you present yourself as the protector of our nation? Murderer!
Founde dara grimeterendam! Sarifne stiri!
Let's see who the enlightened will fail.
Fight! Unite!
I'm sorry, sister. Brother Virgil fled during the battle.
The coward. And naturally, his accomplices fled along with him. What a waste. So many people died.
Perhaps I shouldn't have revealed his crimes in front of everyone. But I thought it was the best way of ensuring he would be judged.
Considering how high tensions have been these last few days, a fight was inevitable, alas. But you did what you thought was fair. Here, take this. As a token of gratitude for shedding light on these dismal events. Alas, we will have to go back to Eden as well. There are too few of us to continue the research.
Were you hoping to discover more?
Of course. This place was but a single step in St. Matthias's journey. The last tablets speak of a journey northbound, further up in the swamp. But even if Virgil is no longer a threat, we are not sufficiently well equipped to go there.
We could go there for you if you wish. You just have to tell us where to look.
That would be marvelous. Of course, you would have to start from the excavation site where he wrote this. I think I noticed a path going north when I was there, actually. Look for any traces of life. Perhaps you will be lucky enough to find more of his writings. That would be fantastic.
Don't worry. I will conduct this research and come find you here if I uncover anything.